Hi there. We're back with City Skylines for Beginners. We're in tutorial number 32. And in 31, if you remember, we had a real problem out in the industrial area out here. We had almost every building was asking for workers. We put in some residential down here in the forestry area where they wouldn't die, because forestry is not polluting. And it was right next to the freeway, so these folks could jump on this freeway and go straight up here and get into the industrial area and go to work. And sure enough, we're down in here now, and we only have, I think, one or two, maybe three buildings asking for workers. See those three buildings there? And all the rest of them are clean, and we have no more abandoned buildings. So we have solved that problem. I do see a big skull in the distance. Let's go take a look at that and find out why I'm seeing that. Where are we seeing that? There it is. Right down here in this town, we have a bunch of skulls. We have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. And if we go and we look at our crematorium, it has 7 hearses of 7 hearses out. There are 7 of 7. So if we go up to our health icon up at the top here, the one that looks like a red heart, and instead of looking at the health care, which as long as it's over 65% healthy down here is good, and healing capacity is way high, so that's good. Death care, though, we want to look at that and see what we have. We have 25 deceased in the city right now. There's capacity in the crematoriums of 525, but we do have 25 deceased, so let's see what the problem is. I think the problem is, if we were to follow these little purple cars, hearses, we'd probably find out that they are traveling all the way out here to this area along the shoreline, where there might be some more dead bodies to be picked up. It looks like they've already picked them up. They have 7 of 7 vehicles out, and nobody's picking up the dead bodies in there next to the crematorium. That means that they're coming out here first and then going to go back. So let's go ahead and go to the health icon down here at the bottom, grab a crematorium, and slap it in right here in the middle. There we go. Now all of that will be taken care of by their own crematorium. Just take care of that first before we do anything else. Okay. And we have plenty of housing there. Now I want to put in commercial in this area, but before I do that, let's go down here and make sure that we're covered for workers this time. Before we even get started, we're going to put more residential area here, even though it may not fill in, because if you look down here at the bottom, there's almost no demand. You might not be able to see it on YouTube, but there's on this video, but there's a teeny tiny little band of green. So there's very little demand right at the moment for residential, but as soon as we throw in that commercial, there will be. So let's get prepared for it beforehand. We'll put the zoning in now for residential, and it can always be filled in later. Okay. And maybe just a little bit more around the corner here, but we'll do that with a little block because I don't want to fill in that whole area. There. Same thing up here. Always nice to put big apartment complexes in an area where the freeway is, and then have room between it and the freeway to dump in a bunch of trees for noise pollution. The big buildings keep the small houses from getting quite so much noise from the freeway. And when we put in trees back in here later, when we have time, that will solve that problem. So now that we have this filled in so that residential will fill in as it is needed, we're going to go up here to our, remember our plateaus that we put stuff on, and we didn't finish filling that in. You know, I mean, look at how much room we have out here. So let's go ahead and put in all of the, we can just grab it like this and throw it in. If you do this with your left mouse button, it'll fill in anything that hasn't already been filled in with what you're putting out there, but it won't cover areas that have already been filled. So you don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally running over these apartments with single-story houses and having that be a problem, because it won't be. Now, if you were doing a dezoning, it would, but if all you're doing is putting in more housing, that's not going to be a problem there. Okay. I'm just putting in a bunch of residential here is all I'm doing, so that when we have a demand for residential, we will have more residential area for it to grow in. And I don't think that area is going to get any electricity right now unless I put some in. So let's take a look at the electric lines here. Yeah, see, that probably won't, but it will if we run a little up there. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, so we're covered now for residential when all of the commercial that we're going to put down here in this area starts demanding workers. So now we can go ahead and put in workers in this area. Okay, so let's go in and fill in, check our electric, it's in there, check our water, it's completely covered. So we will go ahead and put in I'm sorry, we'll go down here to this icon, do our zoning. Third one over, we'll click on the low density commercial, and we'll put that down here in this square just next to the plateaus and above the river. We'll get down in here and put the zoning in, and we can go ahead and put it in with this. I'm putting in low volume residential or commercial on the inside of this road, and I don't want it in this one section because I intend to run another road through here where this road's coming in. I'm going to continue it. As a matter of fact, I think I will start that now so that I don't accidentally not have it available. Okay. And then going back to zoning and going up to the high density commercial, we'll start high density commercial down here where it's already at. We'll go ahead and fill in high density commercial down in here. There we go. There, and now when we turn this on, this should all start filling in. Now, commercial areas, They are they have a lot of crime problems. So I think we put a fire department down here. We did. But what we really need down here more than a fire department even is a police department. So we're going to put a police department in here next to the fire department because believe me, it's going to be needed. Just a small one, not one of the great big huge ones. You know, just one of these little police stations, not a police headquarters. And then we will run a road down from where the fire department is in just far enough that there we go. There. So even though we don't have any commercial on this area right now, you always want to get your road in for the next set. There. Okay, and then from there on, once again, go down here first. There. Not terribly imaginative, but it does the job. Oh, well, that was wrong, wasn't it? I got carried away there. Okay, back to the road. Now you can use any road you want to use out here. I'm just using this one because I think it's pretty, so I use it on everything. But you don't have to. You know, you can do it any way you want to. And all I'm doing is getting the road in now so that later on, when and if we should decide we want to put something else in there, we can. There. Okay, this is already saying I don't have enough electricity, so going to the electric, we just need to pull one of these little tiny, one of these towers over into this purple area. So let's see if we can get it across this freeway. There, we can stick one there, and then come back here to this. That should take care of it. There. Okay. Now that area has water and electricity. And residential, commercial, low and high are in. So that should fill in here fairly soon. And it's asking for more industrial. So while this is filling in, now that we have fire and police to cover it, and it's going to fill in this area, but we don't need to wait for it. We can go up here to the industrial area where it's saying that we need more industrial. So we could put in more industrial there, or we could put in more forestry department in here. And I'm thinking let's put in more forestry or farming. How much farming do we have? Not a lot. So let's go ahead and put in more farming. And all we have to do is that. I think. I'm pretty sure we have it covered. Oh, we don't have it covered. Okay, so in the farming department section, we need to get our water and take the water across. Now you don't have to go to every road with the water, you just have to cover the area with your water pipes. Notice how I'm not really connecting with any other roads. Here I'm just running back and forth so I cover the white area. That's all you got to do. Just make certain you have that covered. Okay, then you can fill this area in. And it wants a little bit more industrial, so there we go. And we're down to only in the hole $4,000 now instead of $18,000. We're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Now these guys are going to start hollering. Everybody's going to start hollering for garbage and water and septic because there's more stuff going in and the city's going to need more services. So we should probably check on that. You don't have to wait for them to ask for it. Come up here to your icons at the top, check your garbage. Incinerator status is already down in the red, so we can go and do the incinerators. And we know where they are, right? We're going to go in and go up through here to where the incinerators are and add a few more. There we are. See, there's just not enough. So go to the garbage icon at the bottom, click on the incinerator plants, and we might as well put in 2 more. And that's taking it up to not as far as what we wanted. So let's put in 1 more here, see where that takes it. That's a little better. 1 more. Okay, I guess we're going to need 4 of them to get it up there where it's safe. And then we want to check water. And the water sewage area is way down, and the water availability is down quite a bit too. So let's go to our water areas and our sewer areas and fix those. And our water, well, our sewer is right down here, and we just need to add another sewage treatment plant. So we go to the water, we grab a sewage treatment plant, and down here next to where the little river is, we put in 1 more sewage treatment plant. And then we look up here to see, does that bring it up very far? And I don't think it, yeah, okay, so now it's jumped way up here, and that's good, but we still have water is very low. So let's go over here where we have our water on the, if you go down here and look, you can see that we have our little water pipes coming out here at the lower dam area. See those water pipes? Well, we're going to put in, well, let's just put in 2 more so that we know we're covered for a while. So we'll stick 1 here, and we'll stick 1 here. And then we'll tip it up so that we can see the little circles where the pipes join in on them, and grab a pipe. And then click on the circle and click on the water pipe that it should run into. And you'll see the water availability is way up at the top now. So we're doing better. We could probably put in more sewage right now. Of course, this putting in these services is bringing the price, bringing our bank balance. I can't tell if it's going up or down. Oh, it is. It's still going down. Yay! We're doing really well here. Okay, so clicking off the water, and electricity is up on high. Obviously, we're hardly ever going to run out of electricity with these 2 dams covering us. We'll never have to worry about electricity, probably, in this entire city, so, which is a good thing. Okay, so now let's take a look down here. We still need industrial. You can see down here in the bottom, next to the city name, and the little green band that's going back and forth here at the bottom. If you go to the left of the city name, which is to the left of that band, you'll see these little graphs, these 3 bars. There's no commercial needed anymore. There's very little residential needed, but we do need more industrial. And we put in a little bit more farming. And the new places that are coming in are asking for workers, but that should pop off, you know, as people find them and go to work for them. So we'll leave them there to work that out and go over into the forestry department and see if we can't put in a little bit more forestry. First, we probably should fix that one little burnt up piece there. I'll go up here on this icon at the top and click on that to get rid of it. So we have one building here that our forestry friends has burnt down. So we're going to go and click on our bulldozer and click on the forestry friends and click on the bulldozer to turn it off. So now something new can grow there. Meantime, we need to put in more farming. So we're clicking on zoning. We're going to industrial. And since this is already zoned for farming, if we put in industrial here, we're going to get more farms. And as we get more farms, we'll get more taxes from the farms. This cannot be anything but good. And we're probably putting in more zoning than we need, but it's always better to have a lot more than a lot less. As these fill in and the companies are looking for workers, this little green bar here on the far left at the bottom for housing is probably going to start riding up. So we should go take a look at our new residential areas and see if they're filling in. And sure enough, they are. Remember those little areas we put in for small houses to go in down here? Well, they're filling in already. And more of the condos along the sides, they're filling in already. Yep. We definitely have workers in here. Let's put in one more so it's even. Okay. And then we can also go up on the plateau, because we're looking down here at the bar and seeing that, yeah, residential is starting to slowly ride up again. So we have this one filled in, and it looks like it's filling in with houses. We should check the schools and see if they still are, if there's enough. When you click down here on these icons for something, whatever you have set in blue, every time you move your mouse over an area, it's going to try and put that there. If you just are looking right now, you don't want to click down here. You want to go up to the info panel up here in the top left and click on the book there for education. Now you can move your mouse around and you don't have it trying to put schools in where you're not ready yet. Now you can look at up here and see what is needed in your city. We need more elementary. We need more high school, and we don't need any more university. We have almost 3 times or 4 times as much capability to teach as we have students right now for the university. But the high schools, we have more students for high school and elementary than what we have chairs in the schools. So right here we have an elementary school, but only one. And right here we have a high school, and we have a second one here. So let's put in one more of the elementary schools here. So now we go down, now that we know what we want to put in, and we click on elementary, and we throw in maybe 2 more elementary schools. And and that brings your elementary schools up to just the basic for right now. It's still not up in the green, which is where we want it up here. but hopefully it will be. Meantime, it wouldn't hurt to have one more high school. So we go down here and click on the high school, and then take high school up there and stick in another one. Now that should help the high schools to go up. Nope, no, it says 3,800 seats are needed, and then we only have 3,000. That's the information you get here. So we'll put in one more high school. There. Okay, that's all we need for high schools. And all of a sudden our coffers are going into the red again because we have so much. The schools cost money. And because we've put all of our high schools up here on the plateau and we don't have any down below, we have a need for high schools down below. So rather than put another one down there when we don't really apparently need all of them here, again, clicking off of the book down below. Oh goodness, our tutorial's at 25 minutes here, so I'm going to turn this one off, and the next tutorial we have will be going into education possibilities and how to move a school from one area to another. That'll be tutorial number 33. Okay, that's the end of this one, and I'll see you in tutorial 33. Bye!